Hello from beautiful Boulder, Colorado. My name is Bekah Smith, and this is my entry for the IJA's video tutorial contest. Enjoy! This is a great trick. It looks wonderful at a performance, but it's actually very difficult. If you've never tried balancing something on your face before, give yourself at least a couple months to get the full trick, if not more. But have fun along the way. Once you've learned how, see what kinds of things you can balance.
Sit on my face and tell me that you love me.
This tutorial has three main sections of advice: tips for your 3-club cascade, getting your balance solid, putting them together. Alright, before we do any juggling at all, the first thing that we're going to do is stretch out our neck. Seriously, it only takes a few seconds, just do it. You'll thank me later. First, make sure that you can juggle comfortably without moving your feet. Now, pick a spot on the ceiling to look at while you juggle. The spot should be almost directly above you, but a little bit forward as well. Now when you juggle the clubs, you should only be able to see them in your peripheral vision. Take baby steps with this, a few throws at a time. Notice how your arms and your upper body feel, and if they are tense or rigid, try to get back to a more relaxed pattern. Start working on balancing with a peacock feather. You can get these at Michael's or any other craft store, or at a zoo gift shop. Pick any spot on your face for now. Find what's most comfortable. Once you get really good at balancing, it's easy to switch spots. There are pros and cons of each spot. With chin balancing, you don't have to tilt your neck back as far, and you can hold more weight. Balancing on your nose looks nice from the side, but it's easy for something to slip off. Forehead balancing looks good to an audience because it doesn't obstruct their view of your face. When you're balancing, you generally want to look at the top and center of an object. If the object is an odd shape, you'll have to find the center of the balance and look at that. Stand with your feet in a stance as wide as your shoulders. This gives you more room to move your upper body to keep the balance without moving your feet. Make sure you're not hurting your neck. Look up more with your eyeballs rather than craning your neck back a lot. Generally speaking, it's easier to balance something that's taller, so once you get comfortable with a peacock feather, it's time to move on to a broom. And I do recommend using your chin for this one since it holds more weight. If you're having trouble getting the broom to stay on your chin, ask a friend to tell you if the broom is vertical when you start. If not, tilt the broom back, not your head. Take lots of breaks when you work with a broom. Don't try to learn it all in one day. If you have a long piece of wood that you can ruin, practice balancing it at full length, and then cut half a foot off and practice it at that length for a bit, and so on until it's the length of a club. If you don't have something like that, don't sweat it. Just work with the broom until you can balance it without moving your feet. Only when your neighbors think you're crazy and you've been kicked out of all of the hardware stores for balancing everything in the tool department are you ready to move on to this, a club. To keep things interesting while you're working on getting the balance solid, here are a few tricks you can try with a club. Take baby steps. Start by tossing just one club, then move up to 2, and so on. Keep your eye on that balanced club no matter what. The moment you take your eye off of it for a split second, it will fall. This tip is very important. Always end each attempt with the club still balanced. You know that you can already juggle 3 clubs, so don't go out of your way to catch them right now. Let the clubs fall on the ground or end with a clean collect while you're still in control of the balanced club. If possible, work on this in a room with highish ceilings and a comfortable lighting. This is a tough trick, so the fewer distractions, the better. Again, notice how your body feels and relax your arms if they are tense. That's it! I hope you learned something valuable. Thanks for watching my tutorial. Remember these tips as you journey through learning this trick and apply the next piece of advice when you get to that step. If you have any specific questions or you need some more advice, feel free to send me a message and I'll help you as much as I can. Otherwise, have fun and good luck! Here's a handy little recap of all of the tips presented throughout the video.